Hey kids, what time is it?
What time is it?
It's community conversations
It's community
time.
conversations time. That's right. From the beaches of South Florida to the hills of Tennessee, from New York to Hawaii. Tell your friends that community conversations is about to inform the next generation with news, without fear, and educate them without opinion.
And a warm South Florida and Costa Rica welcome to all of you.
This 1-hour forum deepens connections, and it provides discussions on a range of topics including social emotional issues, improving relations with law enforcement, post-secondary education, careers, health and wellness, politics and race, inclusion and equality.
Focus on an initiative. Case in point tonight, you all were speaking about gun violence. Since I've been growing up, that's been a thing, especially living here in Florida.
Community Conversations, where it's all about highlighting the talented youth in our communities and the great things that they are
in
doing.
terms of encouraging women's involvement in civil rights activism.
Community Conversations.
Well, hello everyone, and good evening. It is so good to be back here in the hosting seat again. And happy Friday, news enthusiasts. It is now 7 p.m., and welcome to Community Conversations. I am Denia Strawn.
And I am Jasmine Wright.
And for the next 60 minutes, we will be giving you a dose of news, some we promise you will only hear on this show.
We have an amazing show lined up for you tonight. We will hear from some students and police officers in Riviera Beach, Florida, who are taking a class on building police and community relations. We will also take a look at last week's show and how we celebrated 5 years. Yes, that's right. 260 consecutive shows. But first, hey there, students from Sea to Shining Sea. We've got an exciting opportunity for you to show your red, white, and blue spirit, as Community Conversations Toronto correspondent Roshana Shaw tells us.
Alrighty, looks like she's not here. Okay. I guess I'll just take it from here. As you might know, the United States is gearing up to celebrate its 250th birthday on July 4th, July 4th of 2026. Yep, it is the big semi-quincentennial, marking its 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. To honor this incredible milestone, there's a super cool contest just for you. Students from grades 3 to 12 can enter to win a field trip to the national park or landmark of their choice. All you have to do is get creative and submit an essay, poem, or drawing that answers the question, what does America mean to you? And guess what? Teachers of applications can win awesome prizes too. So grab your pens, pencil, and brushes and start expressing what America means to you. For all the details and to enter the contest, head over to america250.org. We've put a link in our website at kopmn.org.
One of the longest serving senators in U.S. history is calling it a career. Let's listen in as Community Conversations, Denia Strawn brings us the story.
Got it. Hey everyone, big news from Capitol Hill. One of the longest serving senators in U.S. history is hanging up his hat. Republican Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, who turned 83 yesterday, announced that his current term, ending in 2027, will be his last. He's not seeking re-election. This might not come out as a huge shocker. His health has been in the spotlight for the past few years. But in his farewell speech, McConnell called his role a rare and, yes, rather specific childhood dream come true. How cool is that? He also shares some optimism for the future of the Senate and its important role in our democracy before receiving a standing ovation from his colleagues.
There is a call for some of the best talents in Palm Beach County, and and I will tell you how to get hooked up on some of this action. Applications are open for the Lambda Alpha Alpha chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Inc.'s annual talent hunt program. This event, open to students aged 14 to 18, will be on Saturday, March 8th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Winners will earn a cash prize and the chance to advance to the Florida statewide organization competition with further opportunities at the district and national levels. This talent hunt is an extraordinary platform for young individuals to showcase their talents and gain recognition. Lambda Alpha chapter has been a pillar of community service for South Palm Beach County for 45 years. Recently, the chapter received prestigious proclamations from both the Palm Beach County Board of Community Commissioners and the City of Delray Beach Commissioners, recognizing their outstanding contributions. Each year, the fraternity awards scholarships to high school seniors planning to attend college, with over $300,000 awarded to date. For more details and to register, please contact 561-846-1076 or jpjones7777 at outlook.com. For Community Conversations, I am Jasmine. Right.
Yes. The largest passenger ship ever built in America now makes its final journey, and I have more on this story. After months of delay, the rusty old United States left in port in Philadelphia on Wednesday, bound for its future as the world's largest artificial reef. It'll take a few weeks of travel and a few weeks of cleaning, but ultimately, the ocean liner will be sunk in 180 feet of water of the coast of Florida Panhandle. There, the ship will become a habitat for sea life like snappers, urchins, and crabs, and locals. Hope a major destination for divers from all over the world. The United States is 990 feet long, 100 feet longer than the Titanic. In its heyday, it crossed the Atlantic 800 times, ferried for American presidents, and often carried a who's of celebrities. For Community Conversations, I am Denai Strong.
Is KFC now TFC? Do you? I do not. However, Community Conversations, Denai Strong, has the 411, and make sure to tell your friends you heard about it first on Community Conversations.
Yes, please. The finger-licking fast food franchise known for years as Kentucky Fried Chicken, or KFC, is moving its corporate headquarters from Louisville, Kentucky to Plano, Texas. According to The Guardian, the chain's parent company told investors it's making the move for strategic reasons, as another of its brands, Pizza Hut, is also based in Texas. KFC is taking some heat for the move in Kentucky. Governor Andy Beshear saying, "I am disappointed by this decision and believe the company founder would be too. This company's name starts with Kentucky and it has marked our state's heritage and culture in the sale of its products." Kentucky Fried Chicken was founded in the mid 1900s by Colonel Harlan Sanders, who began selling fried chicken with his secret blends of 11 herbs and spices from a roadside diner. KFC now has more than 30,000 restaurants in at least 145 countries and territories. From Community Conversations, I am Denai Strong. And tonight we have a special message of gratitude. We would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to Mr. Steven Stubble, I believe, for this incredible support of KLP Mentoring Network community conversations. For the past 5 years, it's been the unwavering support from listeners and supporters like Mr. Stubble that has allowed us to bring you unfiltered, positive news and inspiring stories. Your dedication keeps our mission alive and thriving. If you want to join Mr. Stubble and help support community conversations or the KLP Mentoring Network, please call us at 561-665-0151. You can also find us on Instagram or Facebook. Together, we can continue making a difference. Thank you.
Tired of hearing that the news is all doom and gloom? Well, tune into Community Conversations, where we flip the script. We bring you uplifting stories of kids making a difference both locally and globally. If you know someone who needs a dose of positivity, why don't you give them a call or shoot them a text and let them know that Community Conversations is on air? They won't want to miss this.
Attention, South Florida. Looking for top-notch security services? Look no further than Hunter Sampson Security, offering Class D and G concealed weapons training, tactical self-defense, and much more. For more information, call 561-597-6348 and ask for Nick. Don't forget to mention you heard this ad on Community Conversations. They serve all of South Florida with wisdom, strength, and integrity. Hunter Sampson Security, your trusted partner in safety. Stay safe and stay secure. From the beaches to the boondocks, from Miami to Maine, and from the east to the west coast, people have been putting everything on pause at 7 p.m. on Fridays to hear their latest commentary on the news of the day. And now it is that time, trending now with Mr. John and Mr. Ceron.
When I move my body just like this, I don't know why, but I feel like freedom. I hear a song that takes me back, and I let go with so much freedom.
You're muted, brother.
I guess PJ's with us tonight as opposed to Brother John. What's happening, PJ?
Hello. I am here at Old School Square for the annual Multicultural Youth Arts Festival here at Old School Square. It's hosted by Cape Universal. I don't know if you can see, if you can hear, but there are a lot of things happening right now at this event. So every year, Cape Universal hosts this Multicultural Youth Arts Festival where they showcase the youth talents of all across South Florida. And it's really amazing. And I will make sure I share a video with you that I took recently, earlier this evening, so we can have it in next week's showcase. But I just wanted to let you know that that's what's happening right here, right now.
Now, PJ, talk to me. What time did this start and how long does this continue?
Everything setup started around 2:30 and this will end around 9 p.m.
And what goes on here? Is it just dancing, singing, painting?
Oh, there's everything. There's dancing, singing, acting, art showcase. There's a lot of tables nearby that showcase a lot of like arts and youth and a lot of youth participation and everything. And it's really beautiful and it's amazing. And I'm just glad I can be here tonight showcasing it for all of you at home.
Thank you so much, PJ. It's important that we note that ever since this program started 7 years ago, this is the 7th year, I think it is, we have broadcasted from the Multicultural Festival. But this year, I happen to be up in Riviera Beach for the Youth and Police Initiative graduation. So you're there holding it down, and that's why it's so important to have competent people like you to step in with it. Thank you so much, PJ.
Of course. And I'll see you next week.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you in a big chair again next week.
All right.
All righty, take care. Now, Brother John with us yet? No. Oh, here he is, Robert Dodd. Robert Dodd, what's going on, brother?
Hey, you got me off guard. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I'm just a great day to be in South Florida. More so, greater day to be in Riviera Beach. Tonight, folks, I had the chance to speak at the Youth and Police Initiative graduation in Riviera Beach. So for the past 5 days, police officers, let's say about 6 police officers and 15 young people, young men, young ladies from the community were in a class, and they all were in civilian clothes for the first 3 days. Had no idea they were police officers, and just interacting with each other. And the last 2 days, the officers changed in the uniforms and reveal themselves. And tonight we have one of the students of the class and his mom here with us. We have Mr. Damon, and Damon is just a phenomenal young man. Damon, why don't you get on camera here? Talk to me, Damon. What are your thoughts and impression on the class? Come on, young man, come on. Talk your thoughts.
It was kind of good.
What was good about it? You had a chance. You made a presentation.
Talk to officers and other kids that I've never met before.
Now, when the class started, when you started the class on day 1, did you have any idea what it was about?
No, not really. No.
You had no idea there were police officers either.
No, not really.
And I remember on day 1, you were so recluse, you were kind of quiet, low key. But today, you did one of the graduating speeches, and you were just so vocal and just so impressive. What was your speech about? Talk to us. Tell us about your speech.
It was about family, school, friends, and community.
What about family, school, friends, and choices you make, or what it had to do with the choices you made, or what?
Yeah.
No, what was it about?
It was about family, school, friends, and the community. Who can you like trust in friends, or who you trust the most, or who can help you with whatever you need to learn.
You also mentioned about what you learned from this experience, what you learned from making certain choices with your family, certain choices with your friends, certain choices in school and community. You mentioned that you learned that one with friends. I think you said that you learned. Tell us what you learned about friends.
Other than that, friends could be, you gotta choose your friends wisely, because sometimes they don't want to really be your friends. Sometimes they might try to bully you. That's not my way.
He just crashed your part. That's all right. That's what happens. So sometimes they can bully you and whatnot.
Yeah, sometimes they can bully you, or they don't really want to be friends. They just think you're like how they be saying, like, some people are nerds and got like 4 eyes and all that. They be being mean.
Is bully a real thing in school? Do they actually bully?
Yes, definitely.
Where do you go to school? Oh, you're a middle schooler. So tell me this.
The school has more fights.
Oh, they have fights in school?
Couple
But
fights.
you were empowered this week. You were empowered. You were trained. You were prepared to go back to school and make a difference. I see the leadership, all the leadership qualities in you. You mentioned something about helping people as a chef, or helping people in. Tell us more about that.
Well, so say like they just like starting to get the restaurant, or they had a family member who was there, but he just passed down a restaurant, and that person doesn't know what they're supposed to do. And they can either ask the employees or ask one of their friends, since they technically own like a restaurant and they know what they're supposed to do.
You also mentioned you gave major props to your parents. You said, you were so impressed by them. You were so grateful for them. Talk to me about that, both your mom and dad.
My mom's a school teacher, and she helps the kids get a good education. My dad's a bus driver to drop kids off that day school.
So you were very impressed by the fact that they take kids to school safely every day. Okay. And with us tonight, we have Mom. And Mom is here. So, Mom, talk to me. You had a chance to see your son tonight speak and, express what are you, 12 now, 13?
It's 14.
14. You're 14. How proud did this make you feel tonight?
Very proud, because he is shy,
Mm-hmm.
but once he gets to warm up and open up, he can be very social. He's very social. He's very social.
And why is it? Talk to me about the importance of having programs such as this. How important is that to have programs like this in communities?
Well, with him, because he's diagnosed with autism, so he kind of usually he doesn't open up to his peers. He actually kind of connects with younger children.
Okay.
So with this program, he was able to interact with kids his age.
Gotcha.
And I've seen that there was one gentleman that he was real close with, and that he didn't even want to go home. So it's like it helped him, get to know people. It helped him to get to know people.
Wonderful. So overall, you think this program was?
Yes, and I wish it could be longer. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will have another one in a few more weeks. So in a few more weeks, actually, there's another one in April and one in May. So speak to the organizer, see if he can be a part of that again. Just never know. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you
very much. So, Robert Dodd, what's happening, man? You're muted, brother. You're muted. You're mute. Oh, let's blame Neil for that. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. All right, Jeremiah, we'll get you next week. Brother John's not here. He's at the car wash. He got stuck at the car wash, but that's all right. The show goes on. Last week we had a wonderful time here. It was our 5th anniversary, and we heard from alums, we heard from former hosts on the show, and it was just a wonderful time. Brother John's not here, so we're hoping that we had a video that we wanted to show you for tonight, but it's not ready as yet. I'm being told it's not ready. Okay. But okay, let's go back. We have another student here tonight who graduated from the program. Talk to me about your experience in this program. On day one, when you got here, did you have any idea what to expect?
If I'm being honest, not entirely, no. I wasn't sure who would be here. I wasn't sure what this program would be like. I wasn't even sure if I'd be interested at being honest at first. But as the program kept going, it sort of opened my eyes more to the opportunities I have. And with people I'm with, the officers, my classmates, I suppose, and the tutors, I suppose, being with them helped me, I suppose, widen my horizon. And it allowed me to come out of my shell more, be more open and social, which is why I performed so well on, giving the speech I did.
Right. You gave a phenomenal speech. You had some notes and you just took off. Now, that was from the heart. It was obvious from the heart. And you mentioned you gave your parents props, major props. And talk to me about the role that your mom played in all this. You said that your mom told you not to judge people by the looks, and that was very deep. Talk to me about that.
It's like she says, perception is a very powerful tool, but it isn't always the best tool to use. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people know the term, don't judge a book by its cover. And it's essentially what the term really is, what perception really is judging someone by how they look or how they act. And it also kind of like goes along the lines with what some of my other classmates said earlier on being careful how to make friends. Because you can look at someone and think of one thing, but it could be something completely different.
Right.
They could be both positive or negative.
And you're a graduating senior? You're senior? in high school?
I'm a freshman.
You're a freshman in high school, and you want to be a police officer.
Yes.
Right. So overall, what do you think of the program? How effective?
I'd say pretty effective for me, really. I feel like more encouraged to do what I want now. Because before this, I wasn't too sure entirely. I wasn't exactly sure, like, do I really want to do this? But now that I've gone through this, I'm completely dead center on my goals now, because I know this is something that I really want to do, because why would I want to do something if I don't like it? That's like me saying I want to work an office job.
Right.
No one wants to do that.
Good. All right. Well, thank you for your time. All right. Great talking with you, man.
Thank you.
Super. All right. So you heard it. Like I said, I'm here at the second of 4 classes for the YPI in the city of Riviera Beach. This organization's out of Boston, and no, we're good. We're good. Thanks. We're here for this is the second of 4 classes, and the other one will be in March. No, there's a break in March. Okay, there's a break in March, and the next one will be in May. But this is just a great program for the community, a great opportunity for these young people to see police officers in another light. So often they see them, it's in not the best light. But a special shout out to the Riviera Beach Police Department for convening this program for the young people in their community. This is truly a case of investing in our youth and what I call fostering positive relations. So, Brother John's not here. I'm in the big seat by myself tonight. Now I know what how Denia Strawn feels when she is thrown in the seat and have to swim on her own. But that's all right. We're trained for this, so we're ready. As they say, bring it on, bring it on. We have tonight, we have an incredible story for you straight out of Delray Beach, Florida. America's food deserts are fueling a public health emergency, leading to alarming rates of chronic illness, economic decline, and preventable deaths. But hold on to your seats, because there's a groundbreaking initiative about to change that forever. Let's meet public health professional and social entrepreneur Danielle Craddock. Bring him in, please. He's not here. Oh, here he is.
I'm here.
What's
How you doing, C. Ron?
Hey. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I just first of all want to start off by saying thank you for this opportunity to talk on Community Conversation about something that is so important and affects over 19 million Americans across the country.
You know, you're welcome, sir. You're welcome. Mr. Craddock is he's on a mission he's on a mission with Khalid Morris, his partner in this journey. They're on a mission to eradicate food deserts by launching a network of sustainable, community-focused grocery stores in underserved neighborhoods. Their bold vision, and it's a bold vision, to open 50 new stores in 10 years, providing fresh, affordable food to millions currently trapped in areas where grocery stores are either non-existent or shutting down at alarming rates. And here's the exciting part. In fact, I just learned, and you're hearing this first on Community Conversations, not on CNN, not on NBC, not on CBS, or certainly not on ABC. You're hearing this on Community Conversation, that they're now number one. They're in the number one spot. Number one spot. So we're going to tell you about that in a few minutes. It's a life-changing opportunity, people. They're competing in this Entrepreneur of Impact contest. And if they win, which they will win with your help, they will secure national spotlight, crucial funding, and high-profile mentorship. Yes, high-profile mentorship, not from me, but you'll hear in a few minutes, from who? To turn their vision into reality. So tell us, brother, what is your, and again, thank you so much for being on Community Conversations tonight. What's your primary mission in addressing food deserts?
Our primary mission is to give the community what they want and what they need. And so our approach to solving the food deserts first is to hear the voice of the community and build a store at a local level, although we're planning to expand nationwide. And by meeting the needs of community residents, we are, in essence, really transforming the future for that community and the life outcome for that community. And so to take a food desert and transform it, what does that mean? Well, first of all, there has to be a couple of elements. It has to be quality food, right? Just any food is not sufficient. And it has to be affordable food, right? So affordable, quality food. But, there's also a piece that often we leave behind, and that is it culturally appropriate? Is it the food that the community wants and needs? And so they're willing to spend their hard money, the money that they do have. It's like they're voting, right? They will spend their money at that store and support their needs. Far too often, stores may come and go in what was once a food desert, and the grocery stores didn't listen to what the community needed, what they wanted. And so what happens is, C-Ron, is that the community members or residents, they'll go in the store, they'll see it wasn't built for them, it didn't meet their needs, no one really listened to what they wanted. And so they'll take their money, what they do have, and they will still go 5 to 10 minutes away to another store, buy everything they need, and instead of shopping at that local store, they'll just go ahead and go on home. And so it's really important that if you're going to meet the needs of a food desert, of a community that's traditionally underserved, you really have to be about the business of caring for the people. It starts with the people. And so Family Tree Food Market is a store that was founded from a community grassroots initiative where we first went out to the community and we asked them, we said, and this community in particular was 5 Points in Denver, Colorado. We asked them, we didn't push on them. We said, what are the top 5 priorities? What are the concerns? What are the needs for the community? And with over 500 surveys, without a doubt, it was access to affordable quality food. And then the next step was, well, what is it specifically that you want and need? And so we've listened. And what we notice is, once again, most stores who try to solve the problem aren't doing a good job in actually meeting the community where their needs are.
Now, how did you start on this journey? You've been doing this for a while, for many years now.
Yes.
Take me back to the genesis of this. How did this all start?
First of all, the genesis is God gave me my lovely wife, Shalyn Craddock, who's also a physician, Dr. Shalyn Craddock, and a public health professional. And so I followed her all the way to Denver to get married. And in that process, I also attended graduate school at Daniels College of Business for an international MBA, Master's in Business Administration, with a concentration in supply chain management, value-based leadership. At that time, one of the students that became, which is now today my business partner, is Khalid Morris. He was also completing his international MBA, Master's in Business Administration. And the project that we decided we wanted to work on was something that we said we wanted to be practical. We wanted it to be meaningful. And we wanted it to help our community. And so we started from the basic. We said, let's go assess what the needs are. And so I have a master's in public health. And as a public health, community health science professional, we first say, where are the needs? Where are the assets? And based on the needs and the assets, what can we do to develop a solution to help promote wellness in the community? And so doing that project as graduate students, again, we discovered that access to affordable quality food was a huge need. Now, guess what? Once we figured that need out, we then said, well, this community is underserved, it's low income, is primarily African American. Can this community support a grocery store, a full-size amenity grocery store? Because that's always the question. And even if it's a community that principally have funding as a result of SNAP or welfare, can that community, with those purchasing dollars, that purchasing power, sustain a store? And the answer
is you say that. There are 3 questions just came in with the government cutting all the subsidies and resources. Can communities, sustain a store?
Yep. And the answer is absolutely yes. A couple of things that happen. Those funds are what we call capture dollars, meaning that they are going to spend it on food. Whereas even when we look at our middle income and affluent community, they have multiple options. And so they are not always spending their money at the grocery store. And so those capture dollars, as long as those dollars aren't leaking outside the community and they are being spent in your store because your store is responding to all of their needs, it can be viable, it can be profitable, and it can be sustainable. Now, with that being said, we took that information to the existing grocery store chains, whether to Whole Foods and Giant Eagle and Sprout and Sunflower at that time. And we said, this is a great need. It's viable financially. Can you guys please come and open up a store? And their response was, no, that does not fit our business model. The communities that currently fit our business model, there are still plenty of opportunities out there. So we're going to first finish going into the communities that fit our business model. And we paused. And then the most significant thing happened. They said, how about you do it? Clea and I looked at one another, and at that moment, we knew what our mission and part of our calling was. And that was to care for the people.
You plan to open 50 stores over 10 years.
Yes,
now,
sir.
that's 10 years once it's granted, once you receive your award?
Correct, sir.
How do you plan to do that?
So this opportunity of winning gives us a national platform on Forbes magazine as Entrepreneur of Impact. It also gives our opportunity to bring attention to this nationwide public health crisis, right? And in educating our community and bringing more awareness, it also will help us to be able to identify through a call to action, donors, investors, business professionals, minority food entrepreneurs, minority farmers, to say now is the time for us to come together, utilize those resources, and execute our vision for a better tomorrow. And so this is just an opportunity that is life-changing, not only for Khalid and I, but for the community that we're going to serve for the coming years.
Now, 2 questions came in. Who's going to mentor him, Oprah or Master P?
That's funny. One of the things I found is everybody has something of value to share. So we're willing to listen. But in this project, the award winner will receive Daymond John as the mentor, one-on-one mentor, which is absolutely amazing. And if you don't know who he is from the Shark Tank. And he has a long, rich history of being very successful and having a huge impact on our community.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, tell me, there's a correlation between food deserts and public health and economic impact. Tie that together for me, please. For those folks who don't know, can't see that, how do they come together?
So the impact that food deserts have is devastating, and in some cases even very catastrophic. The lack of access, first of all, to affordable quality foods mean that family members have to spend more time and more money to acquire what they feel is the best quality for their family. And so they're not getting a lot for their money as it is. And then on top of that, they're losing valuable time, which is time they could use to prepare foods or time that they can love their family members. But what ends up happening is because the money gets stretched even tighter, then they have to find solutions that are not healthy leading to comorbidity, which is what we say disease, whether it's diabetes, high blood pressure, issues like asthma being escalated because, again, the diet can influence those type of things. In addition to with those comorbidities is obesity. Unhealthy foods, high fructose, high starch is a huge concern. And so as we know with disease, they often lead to premature death. And that's a detrimental impact on our community. It affects generations to come. But what most people don't realize is that the lack of quality food affects mental health. And with that comes performance and our productivity in our society. And if your productivity is impacted, your economic potential is impacted, leaving a perpetual cycle of poverty, disease, mental illness, whether it's things related to like, depression, anxiety. And then of course, it also lends to violence. And so, it's all linked. And so to provide quality foods is an opportunity to actually reverse the violence, to reverse the mental illness, to reverse the disease, to reverse the premature death that's happening in our communities every day.
Two questions just came in. One is, have you identified the locations for these stores and how do you plan to do so? And the second one is, okay, bring it back up. Okay, let's address that one first.
Well, these are great questions, and thank you for asking the questions. So we have identified food deserts. There is, for us, there's a really wonderful way to do it. There's tools, USDA tools that also help you identify and qualify locations as food deserts. But one of the most powerful ways we believe to identify food deserts is to have people contact us at familytreefoodmarket.com. That's our website. That allows you to join the cause by first of all identifying if you feel you have a food desert in your community. And from there, by reaching out to us, we will go further in identifying and qualifying it as a food desert. That's important because one of the other things that we want to know is your community so sick and tired of being sick and tired that you've already started to mobilize, and this is an initiative that the residents want to support, because it's much easier to get a project up and started and sustainable when the community is ready for change.
Right. Another question here is, will you take over existing business or start from scratch? And another one is, or will you use mobile units?
Yes. To really do justice in eradicating food desert, it needs to be a full amenities grocery store, and it needs to be affordable. So any kind of derivation of that or kind of scale up solution of that really still leaves the problem intact, right? It's a stepping stone, but we've seen a lot of stepping stones over the years, and there's a challenge in one, the sustainability, and then two, again, you're still leaving the burden on the community. So it's important to do a full amenities grocery store. We also, I believe that grocery stores have always purchased other grocery stores, right? We all are aware of the consolidation, but guess what? What comes with that is you purchase the headaches that store has, inefficiencies in the logistics, inefficiencies in the overall operation. And that is part of the issue of why there's such a high premium cost on food that get passed down to customers. And so it's important for us as Family Tree Food Market to start fresh and build everything from the ground up that's efficient and that's effective. And it's those savings that allow us to make the quality foods that perhaps a Whole Food will offer or a Trader Joe's will offer. It's those savings that allow us to make that food affordable for a family of four who is on SNAP. So, our goal is not to acquire a lot of existing stores. There will be some instances where we feel that it's possible to do that and then to convert it and to make sure it meets our standards. But for the most part, it's best to start new.
Okay. One more question here. Just before the show, I heard that we got the news that you're now in number one position. 89 people started and you're number
89.
one in the country.
Yes.
Oh my God. How does it work now? What is the drawing and what do people need to do to make sure you cross this line?
So, see, Ron, look, I got to give it to everybody real. Every vote will save a life. That's what we're doing. This is not a contest. This is saving lives. We can't wait for the president of the United States. We can't wait for politicians. You, as a voter, you have the power to make this happen. This is a historical moment.
Yes, it is.
For all of us to participate in. I see the votes coming in. I see the names and I'm blown away. People from Alaska, from Hawaii, people from even outside of our country. I've seen names that I don't know, names that I know. I've seen family members. I've seen it all. And I am blown away that this is a movement from the people and is for the people. And so what you have to do right now is make sure you vote every single day.
Where do we vote? Where do we vote?
So the way you're going to vote, you're going to come to Community Conversation website.
Yep.
And there will be a link for you to vote. Okay.
Yep.
And, you know, redundancy is always important. If something was ever happened, it was down for a moment here at Community Conversation, you can go to familytreemarket.com. Again, www.familytreemarket.com, and you can vote there as well. But vote every day.
Every day, and we'll make sure they know.
Yes.
This. I'll send a flyer out. We'll send a flyer out every day.
It's free to vote, right? When you vote, to make sure you're not a bot, to make sure you're not a fake person, because that happens. And Colossal, who is the sponsor, audits all the votes. You got to have a Facebook. So don't be surprised if they say you must log in if you're not already logged in. Okay. But it is legit. The other thing that you also need to know is that there will be moments where the votes are 2 times multiplied. So if you see 2 times multiplied, when you vote once, it counts as twice. And if you decide that this mission is so important to you and you want to make sure that you help to save lives, you can donate $10. That's 10 votes. $20. That's 20 votes. Every dollar is a vote. So for people who can, you can. But guess what? That one vote, it matters.
And
so please vote and tell everyone to vote.
I just learned that we have the number 2 person from right here in Florida as well, huh?
Yes, we have the number 2 person in Florida as well. Just by God chance, I was at Diadem Sports headquarters, which sponsors my 2 kids for tennis. And the second place person was right there. And I had my table talker at Diadem. I said, "This is me. I just hit first place." And she said, "I'm in it too for the individual competition. I was first. I'm second now, but I'm going to push for first." And so this is amazing. This is amazing. You know, she's an African-American sister. We're doing this is a nationwide competition. And you got 2 of your very own making it happen.
2 of your very own. And you heard it right here on Community Conversation. Daniel Crowder, when you win, we want to have you back right here. And we're going to do everything possible, everything humanly possible to make sure you cross the line on the 27th.
Hey, when I win, C-Ron, and you want this to be the very first interview,
yes, sir.
It's all yours.
Oh,
because guess what, community? When I win, we all win.
We all.
C-Ron, I didn't tell you that, and I know we probably got to go.
Yes,
but this is our store will help to build back Black Wall Street.
Isn't that something?
But Black Wall Street, I'm talking about from the ground up. Because if you have aspirations as a food entrepreneur or as a grower, or again, as a professional, we want you to also go to familytreemarket.com, identify yourself, who you are, how you want to help, and we're going to use those contacts to follow up with you. As we grow and as we expand, we want you to grow with us. And so we're going to help the food entrepreneurs and the growers to know how to get into our stores. We're going to give you the letter of commitment So you can take that to the bank and monetize it, get those dollars so you can invest it in your ingredients. You can invest it to automate your business to be more efficient.
Gotta go. They're telling
All
me
right.
we gotta wrap this up now. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your
Thank you.
time. Jeremiah,
Have a good
take us
day.
away.
Let's win it together.
Always, let's win. Right here in Florida.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
And good night, folks. And good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
If you are just joining us, you are watching Community Conversations. We are harnessing the power of remote technology to engage the next generation with news that informs without fear and educates without bias. Tune in and stay connected to the world around you, right from the comfort of your home. Community Conversations, where the future of news is now.
Hey there, awesome viewers. Do you value what you are seeing? Here is your chance to make a difference. We need your help to keep Community Conversations on the air. Your support ensures we can continue bringing you the stories that matters most. How can you help? One-time gift, just $50 can make a huge impact. Monthly contribution, only $5 a month, keeps the rhythm alive. Every dollar counts and is greatly appreciated. Your contributions are tax deductible and can go directly towards keeping our newscasts private and informative. Donate now. Visit our safe and convenient portal at www.kopmn.org. Let's keep the conversation going and the community strong.
Hi guys, I am Brittany McLagan from St. Mary Technical in Jamaica. I want to say big up to Community Conversations.
Hello? Oh no!
Hey!
Hey!
You be mumu.
Aduh, bobo. Wajib Pak Widi. Oh my God. God have mercy upon us. Hello? Hello? Oh no? Hey! Hello? Oh no? Hello?
Tonight's show is brought to you by none other than our superstar, Jeremiah. This talented cinematographer and engineer is a proud product of Dr. Juan Garcia High School in Lake Worth, Florida. Thank you, Jeremiah.
And let's not forget the brains behind this production. Our illustrious producer, Janiyah Strawn, a hard-working 11th grader at Atlantic High School Beach, Florida, and the multi-talented Janiyah plan to be a broadcast journalist in the future.
Yes, thank you for that. Before we wrap up, let's give a groovy shout out to our amazing Community Conversations classrooms. Starting off with Mrs. Ward's Hubs at North Hagerstown High School in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Mrs. Bayer's Tigers at West Yard in Elegant, Michigan.
Miss Stewart's Wildcats at Blair Taylor in Blair, Wisconsin.
And Miss Russell's Cardinals at Blair Porte Intermediate in Peru, India. And just a note for all our awesome educators. Our shout-out list is a long one, but we are trying to get to everyone. If you signed up, please hang in there. we celebrate the costumes in the order you receive them.
And a happy birthday to all of our fabulous students and teachers and viewers who are celebrating this week. Keep shining bright and making our community proud. Stay tuned for more exciting updates and celebrations right here on your favorite community TV show. That's a wrap for this week's episode of Community Conversations. Tune in next week for another exciting dose of news about the incredible things young people are doing both locally and globally. From all of us here, have a safe and fabulous weekend. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in for another amazing rendition of Community Conversations. If you like what you saw tonight, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with friends, families, and even acquaintances. Be sure to tune back next week for another amazing edition of Community Conversation.